I have a new video for you guys because for whatever reason, Kevin Spacey's accusers have been dropping like flies. This Hollywood legend was exposed during the Me Too movement for taking it too far too many times. But it looks like he has gotten lucky because the accusers keep passing away, so the charges are dropped. Today we're going to talk about this bizarre situation and whether these accusers are mysteriously passing away or passing away by design. So let's get into it. If you guys don't know who Kevin Spacey is, he is a 61-year-old actor and he has been in the industry for a very long time. I personally loved his character, Frank Underwood, in House of Cards, which is a show from Netflix. I was actually obsessed with Claire Underwood and Frank in that show, but actually the show was canceled because of the allegations that came out against him. In today's video, we're going to talk about all of those allegations, and we're going to talk about the mystery behind these accusers passing away. He has had 3 accusers pass away, and because they are now gone, the charges are dropped. Kevin Spacey has been pretty silent these past few years when it comes to, social media and the industry because honestly, he's uninvited to everything. He's pretty much been canceled from the big screen. But he has been posting on Instagram every couple years, and the things that he has posted makes us believe that he's responsible for these accusers passing away. You'll see the phrase, "kill them with kindness," repeated throughout Kevin's posts, and it makes it seem like he's set it up so that these accusers are gone. But let's go ahead and take it back to 2017 when Kevin Spacey was first called out. An actor named Anthony Rapp actually claims that when he was 14 years old in 1986, that Kevin Spacey made some advances towards him that he did not want. To get into details, pretty much they were at a party together, and at the time Kevin Spacey was 26 years old. Well, this 14-year-old actor was laying in bed or something after the whole party, and Kevin ended up jumping on top of him in that bed. While they're in the bed, Kevin made some advances towards this 14-year-old boy that he did not want, that were absolutely inappropriate. And after years of living with this, he decided in 2017 that he's going to speak out against Kevin Spacey. This led to a domino effect because a lot of other men started coming forward. These men came from the House of Cards set where they claim that Kevin made them feel extremely uncomfortable. Another handful of men were actually from the Old Vic, which is in London, and actually Kevin Spacey worked as the artistic director at this spot in London from 2004 to 2015. And at least 20 people came forward to say that Kevin Spacey absolutely acted inappropriate when it came to specifically young male staffers. On the same day that Anthony Rapp spoke out against Kevin Spacey, another man came forward, actually from the Old Vic, and he wrote on Facebook that he had a couple of unpleasant encounters with Mr. Kevin Spacey. This man, Roberto, worked at the Old Vic with Kevin, and he claims there were several times where Kevin would go and squeeze him in areas that he did not want to be touched in. Kevin Spacey did put out a response to Anthony Rapp and he apologized. He said, "I am beyond horrified to hear this story. I honestly do not remember the encounter. It would have been over 30 years ago." Which that does not change what he did, and I'm glad that he did apologize, but there are so many more other people who have accused him of things that he needs to write a whole book of apologies. Kevin actually doesn't post on Instagram often, so if you do go to his page, this is like his 4th or 5th most recent post. All of this was coming out in October 2017. So in November 2017, Kevin actually announces he will take some time off to speak some unspecified evaluation and treatment. So he claims he was going to go get help for whatever problems he has, but that same day in November that he announces he's going to go get help, his talent agency drops him and Netflix drops him the very next day. So he probably tried to go and seek help just to make it seem like he's getting better or at least trying to become better, maybe to save his reputation and give him another chance in Hollywood. But whatever hope Kevin had in saving his career was going to disappear as the allegations started to grow. A woman named Linda Culkin is the first of Kevin Spacey's accusers to actually pass away. But she's been calling out Kevin for years now. Back in 2009, she was a nursing assistant who had several patients who accused Kevin Spacey of misconduct. I don't know what this patient said to Linda to really get her so upset, but she wanted to take down Kevin Spacey because of what these men told her. She's claiming these patients came in, told her about things that Kevin Spacey did to them, so then she later on became a cyber stalker of his. He had a really messy relationship with this Linda woman. She was declared one of his stalkers, and she was allegedly cyber stalking him. In 2014, she was actually arrested for sending multiple messages to Kevin and his team that she was going to blow up his home and just send weapons there and do horrible things. She was actually struck by a car in Quincy, Massachusetts, and she lost her life there. So I'm not too sure how I feel about Linda. I mean, obviously, we don't want anyone to pass away, so rest in peace, Linda. But she also had a bizarre relationship with Kevin because she had the cyber stalking and all of that and sending the messages that she was going to explode his home. So she passed away, but they had, a back and forth in court. Once she was gone, those charges were dropped and everything kind of disappeared. And that seems to be a theme for a few other accusers of Kevin Spacey's. In October 2016, a masseuse who we're going to call John Doe actually had a session with Kevin at one of Kevin's homes. So he went to show up to do his job. And when he was let inside the building, Kevin led him upstairs and locked the door behind him. The actor was allegedly having some discomfort in his groin area, so that's where he wanted to have the massage at. As the masseuse was doing their job, allegedly Kevin took one of their hands and moved it over his private and told him to start doing some stuff. That masseuse, John Doe, was hold up. He was shocked. He did not want to do any of that. But then Kevin Spacey decided to compliment his eyes and, try to lean in for a little kiss moment. He was very straight up with the masseuse and was like, you want to just hook up and do this right now? But the masseuse did not want you. He wanted to leave. And when he got up to leave, Kevin was blocking the door, trapping him in. This happened in 2016, but the following year in 2017, it went to court. And actually, the whole trial was reliant on this masseuse's testimony. So if the masseuse was not there to give his testimony, there really isn't any trial. So this masseuse mysteriously passing away is just far too convenient for Kevin Spacey. Supposedly, the masseuse passed away of cancer, but it's not too clear which type or whatever. I mean, he wanted to stay private in this, in this trial and, legal battle. So we don't know his name. And honestly, I don't care to find out. But supposedly he passed of cancer. And that's really all we know. We can assume that's truth, but do we really know if he passed of cancer? I mean, there's no mention of cancer at any point until the end where they're like, yep, he suddenly passed away of cancer. Why is it so sudden? I feel like cancer is something that typically, I know in all cases, you don't know about it right away. There are those times where, my uncle, you guys know, if you've been here for a long time, last year, he was unexpectedly diagnosed with the worst type that you could have. So I understand sometimes it just comes about and you have no idea. But sometimes in cancer, most of the time, I feel like you usually know that it's coming. So it's kind of odd that he suddenly passed away and that this testimony would have been huge because what Kevin did to this guy, locking him in this room, trying to keep him trapped, trying to make him rub his area, it's all really awful. Something that Kevin should have been charged with. Kevin must have had a busy year in 2016 because in 2018, actually on Christmas Eve, he was being charged for what he did with a teenager in Massachusetts during the summer. That same day that he was being charged with that crime, he posted a video on his Instagram page, which we're going to react to after we talk about this case because it seems like he's trying to counteract what this guy is saying happened. So there was a teenage boy at this restaurant and he told Kevin Spacey that he was 23 years old. But in fact, he was only 18 years old. I'm not too sure what happened between the couple, but while they were at that place in Massachusetts, allegedly Kevin started to unbutton the guy's pants. Once he unzipped them, he started going in and just touching him all over wherever he wanted to. The incident went on for 3 minutes, and actually supposedly that boy, who was 18 years old, took a video of what was going on and sent it to his girlfriend as proof, I guess. guess. I don't know if he saved the video because it was on Snapchat, but I would hope to think that he did so that he would have evidence. This whole situation has gone to trial, and thankfully the 18-year-old hasn't passed away, but like I said earlier, Kevin posted a bizarre video that same day, and I feel like he's trying to discredit all of these people speaking out against him. So for whatever reason, Kevin Spacey, for the last few Christmases, he posts a video, like on Christmas Eve or on Christmas, and it's pretty much the only time he ever posts. When he does make these videos, he does it in his like Frank Underwood voice, you know, the voice he used as his character for House of Cards. And in this video, he's going to talk a little bit about what's been going on with these accusations against him. And it's a little bit haunting knowing that all of these people are accusing him of these things, and he's just trying to act like none of them are legit. So let's go ahead and react to this together.
I know what you want. Oh, sure, they may have tried to separate us, but what we have is too strong, it's too powerful. I mean, after all, we shared everything, you and I. I told you my deepest, darkest secrets. I showed you exactly what...
Okay, first off, I do want to acknowledge that this might just be a play or a spoof on Frank Underwood, his character, because he's literally acting like this guy, but the words that he's using almost describes what's going on between him and the media and the fans and Netflix and everything else. So even though he is playing pretend like Frank Underwood, I think he's actually talking a little bit more about what's going on in his personal life.
What people are capable of. I shocked you with my honesty, but mostly I challenged you and made you think. And you trusted me, even though you knew you shouldn't. So we're not done, no matter what anyone says. And besides, I know what you want. You want me back. Of course, some believed everything and had just been waiting with bated breath to hear me confess it all. They're just dying to have me declare that everything said is true and that I got what I deserved. Wouldn't that be easy?
So again, he's referring to his character, like, I got everything I deserved and all these things, talking about Frank Underwood, but it almost like just reflects what's going on with these allegations. And he's like acting like, oh, I've gone through all these things and I'm still here.
If it was all so simple, only you and I both know it's never that simple, not in politics and not in life. But you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgments without facts, would you? Did you? No, not you. You're smarter than that. Anyway, all this presumption made for such an unsatisfying ending, and to think it could have been such a memorable send-off. I mean, if you and I have learned nothing else these past years, it's that in life and art, nothing should be off the table. We weren't afraid, not of what we said, and not of what we did, and we're still not afraid. Because I can promise you this. If I didn't pay the price for the things we both know I did do, I'm certainly not going to pay the price for the things I didn't do. Oh, of course, they're going to say I'm being disrespectful, not playing by the rules, like I ever played by anyone's rules before. I never did, and you loved it. Anyhow, despite all the poppycock, the animosity, the headlines, the impeachment without a trial, despite everything, despite even my own death, I feel surprisingly good. And my confidence grows each day that soon enough you will know the full truth. Well, wait a minute. Now that I think of it, you never actually saw me die, did you? Conclusions can be so deceiving. Miss me?
Okay, what is going on with the music at the end? And again, I know that that is like kind of a spoof on his character, Frank Underwood, but you cannot lie and tell me that those two, like the story that he just told there, definitely aligns with what is going on in his personal life. Like, let's break down exactly what he said. He said, I shocked you with my honesty, but mostly I challenged you and made you think, and you trusted me even though you knew you shouldn't. So we're not done, no matter what anyone says. Besides, I know what you want. You want me back. Which might be about how Netflix, gave him the boot, and, House of Cards really had a sour ending. We really didn't get what we deserved as the House of Cards fans, but also Kevin Spacey needed to get out of here. He also said, but you wouldn't believe the worst without evidence, would you? You wouldn't rush to judgment without facts, would you? Do you? No, not you. You're smarter than that. Of course, they're going to say I'm being disrespectful, not playing by the rules, like I ever played by anyone's rules before. I never did, and you loved it. Which again, I think is the character speaking, but the same day that he is being charged with another incident of a young boy who doesn't want him all over him, he releases this, which I feel like is quite bizarre. The allegations are stacking, and it's just looking bad for Kevin. This final story about another one of Kevin's accusers is probably the worst of them all. So pretty much this man named Ari Ben, a Norwegian writer, claims that Kevin Spacey was at this event back in 2007 Oslo. It was the Nobel Peace Prize concert. Pretty much, Ari is claiming that Kevin grabbed him and did things to him that he did not want to do. Pretty much grabbing this man, grabbing him by whatever he wants to, squeezing, touching, doing whatever he wants, and he just gets away with it. So that happened in 2007, and Ari still was bothered by it, and he was ready to speak out against it during the Me Too movement. So he did, and it blew up. I mean, everyone was listening to him. He was already a pretty, believable figure. I mean, he's an author. He was married to a princess at one point. So people believe this man, and they do not think that he is lying about this incident that went down. I mean, what type of guy will go and grab another guy who doesn't want it during a Nobel Peace Prize concert? Literally, we're here for peace, and you are over here disrupting the peace. Well, this man ended up taking his own life on Christmas Day. It is so sad when I hear this story. I'm just like, oh no, that's so heartbreaking. You just wish that you or someone else could have been there to stop this man from going through with that, because the world is better with him than without him. And it's so heartbreaking because you know that this man has a bunch of loved ones and family who did not want to watch him go, but he could no longer deal with the pain that he had inside. So yes, this man allegedly took his own life. There aren't many details online about the actual incident. It's assumed that he did it himself, but we really don't know. I mean, was there someone hired to go and get him because Kevin was tired of these accusers? One of the reasons why people really believe that Kevin had some type of connection with Ari's passing is because he posted a video the day before his passing, and it was very daunting. I don't think that Kevin could have gotten any worse with the timing of this video, and even the caption says, kill them with kindness, which obviously that's a common saying, but when you're saying kill them with kindness and then that one guy's just gone, it's a little bit like, wait, how did you do it? Was it exactly kindness that you used? So let's go ahead and watch this video together, because I want you guys to see what Kevin said.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year, and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world. Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
Why do I'm tearing up. I actually felt scared at the end when he said, you can kill them with kindness. And then that guy, Ari Ben, is just gone. Like, literally gone the same day. Literally, quote, the next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack. But you must also hold your fire. Do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness, which I feel like, again, I don't think that Kevin actually did this. There's no proof, but I find it very weird that right now, throughout this video, we talked about 3 people who have mysteriously just gone away, who have had problems with Kevin Spacey in the past. This guy, Ari, I mean, he was probably on the other side of the world. I don't really know if he was actually in Norway or if he's just Norwegian in general. But his passing really put a magnifying glass on Kevin Spacey again, because people were like, wait, hold up. There's not a lot of justice being served if all of the justice just keeps disappearing. So I find it kind of weird, and it makes me think in the back of my mind, you know, Hollywood is very, very powerful. And if they wanted to get rid of someone they did not want, I'm sure they could. And it would not surprise me if Kevin Spacey, you know, is tight with Harvey Weinstein and all of those guys are all friends, and they just believe that this behavior is all right. It really does sadden me actually to my core, because I love House of Cards. I love that show. And also as a gay man, there's not a lot of representation in Hollywood, and to have that man as our representation, like, please, I don't want him to be associated at all, because obviously he has an issue when it comes to liking men that are too young, okay? That's not gay, that's sick right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and open a letter from the P.O. box. I've got some piling up. So this letter is from Lucy, and it looks like she is from the United States. So let's go ahead and open her letter. Thank you, Lucy, for sending me this. Ooh, there's something inside here. Okay, aw. Oh, this is so cute. Hold up. Thank you for your videos. Love, your coolest fan, Lucy. Follow me on socials. Oh, go follow her on social. Lucy's little pink heart. Also, enjoy the Hello Kitty. It's from my birthday party that no one came to. Stop. No, I love you. I would come to your birthday party, period. Like, send me the invite next time. Oh, that makes me sad. You're gonna make me sad right now. I understand though, like the birthday party no one comes to. Like, we've all been there, girl. Not all of us, actually. There are the populars out there, but I've been there. Dear Sloan, I really enjoy your videos, and I'm watching one right now. I had a very traumatizing childhood, and I would love to tell you my story and how I got out of a very toxic lifestyle. I'm 19. I just turned 19 on April 18th. Oh, congrats. Happy birthday. I have a great boyfriend, and together we have a beautiful 19-month-old son. I want to be famous and help people like me. Aw, I would love if we could be friends. Also, sorry my handwriting is bad. My handwriting is so bad, sister. No worries. I wonder if you like Kelly Clarkson. I love her so much. Kelly Clarkson is an icon, of course. I was actually just watching her show. Like, she has a TV show, like 2 days ago. Never stop being you. Thank you so much, Lucy. I will follow you on TikTok and Instagram. That is so sweet. And she sent me a little thing here that says, oh, I think it's a bracelet that says Hello Kitty. Is this a bracelet? I don't want to like break it by putting it over my heifer hand, but I'm pretty sure this says Hello Kitty. I really hope I don't. Oh, it has a little, okay, it actually undoes. I don't have to break it. It's got a little like bead right here. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. Like, it makes me want to go to like a rave or something. Who am I? I'm acting like I go to raves. Have you guys ever been to a rave though? Comment below. Rave, it just sounds like kind of scary, but also sounds freeing. And here is a lovely picture of Lucy and her cutest son. Stop. He is so cute. Thank you so much, Lucy, for the lovely letter. I will totally be your friend and follow you on social media. I really appreciate this. And again, happy late birthday. You've got it. We've all been through our struggles. And you know what? Just stay being a positive person like you are. I can tell from this letter that you are already really happy. And I feel like sometimes my biggest advice to people, Lucy obviously isn't this type of person, but if you live miserably, like if you are a miserable person, you're going to have a miserable life. You just need to look at things in a different light, you know, because some of us, we've gone through misery, trauma, a lot of pain and things. And, you know, even Lucy here, she has every right. If she's had a traumatic childhood, she has every right to be a miserable and unhappy person, but she's choosing not to. And that is the most powerful thing here, because even though we have, you know, our dark times and our flaws and, you know, the things we go through, those who just, you know, put it on the back burner and try to be their best and live a happy life and, you know, don't hold on to those grudges, those people will prevail and succeed. And I can already see in this photo that you have a light in your eyes that no matter how traumatic your childhood was, it's not going to be stolen from you. And just keep shining like that, Lucy. I really appreciate this letter, and I'm sending you awesome good vibes. Bye, guys.